Hey, welcome back to the Evolved Dad Shortcast, episode 30. It's pretty exciting for me, I'll be honest, although I am not going to let it get to my head, and we're going to continue on. So today, I was sitting down and reading with my kids, reading them a bedtime story, my three youngest ones. And I paused at one point. My kids started asking me questions on the book. And I took a good look at my son because when I'm reading with my kids or whatever it is, as you know, I'm very into presents. Presents not as in gifts, but as being present. And I started really looking at my son. And I know for the most part what his eyes look like, the color of his eyes, the shape of his face, how his teeth look. But I noticed that things had changed. And part of me was a little bit sad that I hadn't noticed this before. But on the flip side, I was very happy that I did notice. And the reason for that is because that means that in that moment I was there with my kids. And it's so interesting because things move so fast. Usually having a conversation, especially with five kids, and everybody is asking questions and excited that I came down after work or I've come back after running errands, whatever it is, and everybody wants to get their thing in. They're all screaming and yelling and rushing around, and it's all exciting. And it's turning from one kid to the next. It's like, hold on one second, we're middle of talking, I'll be right with you, and back and forth, back and forth. But now I had the chance to really just focus on one kid at a time. And I realized how important that presence is because we can learn so much from looking at our children's faces. Whether with a younger child, you may be able to tell, if they fell down recently. They may have a black and blue mark or a cut on their face. Maybe they got marker on their face. Things like that, but it tells its own story. You can look at your child's face and see, have they been putting on weight? Have they been losing weight? Does something look off? Do they look like they're not comfortable with something? And there's so much that's involved in a face. What's your kid's haircut look like? How maybe they got a different haircut now because they want to be like the other kids. Or maybe when they're smiling, it just doesn't look like they're really happy. Or maybe they're ecstatic and you can really see how their whole face is lit up. That's the importance of presence. Noticing who you're with. And the same goes for when you're sitting with your wife. You're sitting with your wife and you look at her and she just has this beautiful smile or this content look or she's gazing at you lovingly. Maybe she's upset about something. Maybe her face is showing that she's really upset or she looks troubled. But no matter what it is, there's so much that we can gain. It's almost like a cheat code, like people call it. Because if you look at their face, you can see so much. And it's right there in front of us all the time. Yet it's so hard to remember to do it until you start doing it often. Until you get to the point where you say, I'm here right now. I'm not just going to stare them in the eyes, make eye contact, which in and of itself is a discussion. But I'm going to notice their face. Maybe whatever it may be, there's so much that could be going on a person's face, and I'll leave that up to you to see for yourself. You may be able to see yourself in your child. You may see your wife in your child. Whatever you see from that child's face tells so many stories. and it can show so much insight into your child's life. All it takes is presence. That is fulfilling. When you sit with someone, especially a child or your wife, and they have this look of pure joy, they're so excited about whatever it may be. You just feel so full of happiness. It's such a joyful moment. And what did it take from you? Not much. Just focusing on them. That's really all it takes. All you have to do is just stop and know what to look for. Having eye contact is great. Being able to read someone's face, see the story that it's telling, that's some next level stuff. But it's really not that difficult. It's just a mindset. It's just something that you have to focus on. People get all into analyzing handwriting and for kids, how they're doing in school. How about just looking at their face? See, are they happy? Do they look content? Do they look nervous? That's a great way as a father. If you're trying to bond with your child and you don't know what to say, which, yes, I have spoken to some dads, they don't know what to say to their kids. They don't know what questions to ask about, except, how was your day? When you see your kid with a big smile, you could say, "You look so happy. What's going on?" Or anything else. But you have something to base it off of. Or, "You look so sad. What's going on?" You're showing that you care. It's a win-win-win situation. And it's there right in front of you for free. You don't need any parenting courses. You don't need to go to any therapist or psychologist. It's right there in front of you every single day, all the time. All you have to do is be present. Because I promise you that no matter what is on your phone is not going to help you as much as what's in front of your face. Because whatever's on your phone may change things in life to whatever extent. But by you noticing the emotions on your child's face and having a conversation and showing that you care, it's going to make a lifetime of an impression. And no, it's not going to be a one-off thing. But on top of that, once you start doing it, it's going to keep you so much more excited and fulfilled. Because you're going to see how much your efforts that you're putting out for your child are really translating to helping them. And as you continue to grow and to do more and to be better yourself, and that translates into your child's actions, you're going to see that more and more. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. And I want to encourage you, just once, stop. Look at your kid's face. Not just look at their face, but see what the emotion is. See maybe if there's something on their face. Maybe they got a cut, there's marker, whatever it may be. See what story you can pull from it. What conversations you can have. I guarantee you it's going to be a different day. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.